Oh, man.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man. The toughest part about this early game is getting the pregame lounge on time. That's the toughest part.
Yeah, we did it, though.
That's not that tough. We already did it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the pregame lounge. We're here live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. And, man, we got a good one today. Bright and early, 11 a.m. tip-off, Nuggets and Celtics. I'm ready to go today. I'm Harrison when I got Brendan Vogt with me.
What's up, fellas? Early, which means it's early for the Nuggets, which means, well, I don't want to say it. We'll just wait and see. We'll find out together.
I got D-Line with me as well.
Yeah, dude, everyone's being very pessimistic. Not me. I'm feeling the vibes, dude.
Feeling the vibes.
Yes.
Did you get your coffee? You put a Slack.
Yes, it's here.
Put a message in the Slack.
Well, listen, I was walking.
10:02 a.m. Is anyone getting coffee on your way in?
Because I was walking, I didn't
no.
want to stop and get a coffee, and then I realized I had my water bottle with me, and I just filled it full of coffee.
There you go. Also got Superstar Dev here with me.
I'm excited, man. We get to it early. Either the Nuggets are going to piss us off very early, get the day out the way, or we're excited for the rest of the day and start the week off right. So let's do it.
Got a special guest in the house tonight. Boy's dad is here with us live in studio right over there with his new pup too.
Yeah, it's the boy's dog.
The newest boy. That's who it is.
The boy is here.
Nuggets Celtics in the Garden tonight. A chance, or today. I'm going to say that like 20 times tonight. But the Nuggets with a chance today to get their signature win of the season. We've said that before. They haven't gotten it. Today is another opportunity against the Boston Celtics, who have been on a little cold streak, Brendan Vogt.
They have. I will say the Nuggets do have a win over the Thunder, which we do kind of forget sometimes.
We do.
But
it was so early in the season that it's tough to get those signature wins that early. I feel like that's why we forget about it.
And Jamal was out, right? And there's
was.
just something to, like, you want to see both teams at full strength.
Yes.
I'm with you. They need a signature win. No doubt about it. So let's go to the injury report. Zeke Nnaji popped up on the injury report yesterday, fellas, with a left ankle sprain. Same deal as Aaron Gordon. Here's the deal. Aaron Gordon is out today. Zeke Nnaji is in.
Wow.
Both of them dealing with that left ankle sprain. Worth reiterating for Aaron Gordon, it is not calf management that has kept him out today. He has not worn that right calf compression sleeve since returning from All-Star break. But the left ankle sprain is enough to sideline him. And the Celtics will also be without a couple of key players. Kristaps Porzingis is out in this game, as is Drew Holiday. I believe Jaylen Brown was questionable, but he is going to play. And as you mentioned, the Celtics have lost a couple in a row to the Celtics and then to the Cleveland Cavaliers on national TV, going up 25.
Wait, who did they lose for the first time?
Would I say the Celtics?
Yeah.
The Pistons. The Detroit Pistons.
Well, they suck. We know that.
I was gonna say that sounds like they did lose to the Celtics. Okay.
Yeah, they lost to the Detroit Pistons, who were right. That was the exclamation point on the Pistons win streak before Denver ended it. And then, of course, going up 25-3 on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And then losing that game on national TV. So, guys, let's not kid ourselves. Motivated Boston Celtics today, a team that rarely loses 3 games in a row. I'm not sure if they did at all last year. And plenty of motivation in the Nuggets on a matinee game. So we know, man, on paper, the odds are stacked against Denver. And I don't just mean talent or matchup. I just mean circumstance. Nuggets got to wake up today, fellas. And they don't have much time to lose, probably against the motivated defending champions.
Absolutely. And let me throw one more wrinkle into these pregame notes. The starting lineup just dropped. A new starting lineup for the Nuggets today in Boston. Zeke Nnaji is playing, not in the starting lineup. Russell Westbrook back in the starting lineup.
What is the starting
Boston.
lineup?
Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Christian Brown, Michael Porter Nikola Jokic. They're going with a smaller look
I
today.
hate this
against
lineup.
the Celtics.
Well, it's because Boston is not a big team. Like
Yeah.
right now, they're
Without
missing
Porzingis,
they're missing their starting big man. So like you have to try to match them. Al Horford is going to be their big with Tatum at the power forward. So I think it is because you want to go smaller. My question is now who's going to guard Tatum then?
well, it was already
Russell
a tough
Westbrook.
task for the Nuggets without Aaron Gordon.
It's gonna be
You know,
Westbrook.
he's your primary defender on that best wing. No Peyton Watson either. Still, you've got Zeke Nnaji in Christian Brown.
Westbrook.
I mean, that's who's probably going to start on Tatum and Brown, I would think.
So wouldn't you assume that Zeke
But then-
Nnaji would start if
Not-
he's
yeah.
going to be the primary defender there? If you
That's
put
what I would
Russell
think.
Westbrook on him, like Eric's saying,
That's what's gonna happen.
he's going to be small, and Tatum is going to try to go at him.
I know.
One thing that Denver had success in without Jokic in the first game was switching everything along the perimeter. So arguably part of the thought process. But again, Zeke was a switchable guy. I think maybe the injury is factoring in here. We'll have to find out.
Maybe, yeah.
But don't you feel like if you're the Denver Nuggets, you can go bucket for bucket with Tatum? It's about not going 3 for 3 with the Celtics. So I agree with you. Like, that's a problematic matchup. But I could almost live with 30 from Tatum today if it's not 4 threes from Hauser and Derek White. et
Hauser.
cetera. Who, by the way, is a good defender of all things, too, which pisses me off. Whatever.
put him in
Don't
the
get-
pickle
Don't
roll.
get me
I
started.
know, dude. Spam him in the pickle roll.
Yeah. Man, it's so interesting when I see the news come out yesterday that Zeke Nnaji is questionable. And the reaction I saw on Twitter was like, oh my God, no.
Dude, I love this season. It's so ridiculous.
It's an incredible story, man. Absolutely incredible story.
Just can't go into Boston without Zeke Nnaji. Can't do it.
Dude,
It was funny because I did think back to, you know, the story of years past where Zeke Nnaji does play well and then does get hurt. And part of me is like, oh no, not again.
yeah, of course.
But
Of course.
it seems like he's good to go and playing through it.
Couple of quotes from Michael Malone, who believes that was a great night for them in the West last night. And Memphis lost to San Antonio. right?
Memphis
Is that-
lost.
Although, Coach, I have to maybe respectfully disagree. The Lakers won. Lakers could move into a share of second place today. I digress. Malone also said, "I'm playing
Warriors
matinees.
lost.
Wake up. Make sure your players are awake, ready to go. All you had to do was step outside this morning. It woke you up really quick. It's freezing out here. So before the game starts,
cold in
fellas,
Boston.
Denver 1, Boston 0.
Oh, man. What else are we watching for tonight, Dev? What do you have your eye on in this matchup?
Well, with the starting lineup, I want to see how Russell Westbrook looks with the starters. You know,
Yep.
he's been a little bit under the radar, a bit quieter alongside, like not playing with Jokic. He goes back to Jokic, so I want to see if he plays well, if he plays with the same intensity that we're used to, and takes care of the ball. Because I think that if you do that, I mean, you could go out on a big street, and it is important how you start this game. It's Boston; they have
I agree.
these big starts. Where they go up so big, and then if you're a great team like Cleveland, you come back in those games. I don't know if you do that if you're Denver, so you have to get off to a very hot start. So I think it's the Russell Westbrook dynamic.
I just want to see the Nuggets look like the Nuggets, man. Like to
Yep.
just take care of business. There's really no reason that they shouldn't win a game like this. They just haven't.
They feel due.
They absolutely feel due. And the Nuggets, I don't know. It's just I have a feeling that the Nuggets are starting to feel the gravity of the season a little bit. Like I think, I hope, I pray, but to me, like I'm feeling it a little bit differently. Like this seems like a game that it's like, all right, we got to get up for this. Like we have to get up for this game. The one in
Jokic is like Jokic literally, you have to get up
you
for this game.
yeah,
Jokic,
you have to literally
Jokic.
set your alarm. Well, I mean, I had to get up for this, and it was very difficult.
We
But
all
I did.
had to get up for this game.
I got coffee. It's in a little bottle. I'm ready to do it. But I think I have good feelings about today's game.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Man, it was so interesting. Going back to the loss to the Bucks, I saw this quote from Bennett Durando of the Post, who's out there with the team right now. And, you know, he was kind of summing up the mood of the locker room in this tweet. And he said, the Nuggets aren't too stressed about this one.
Yeah.
You know, and he cited, you know, tough back-to-back tomorrow. Everyone in this game except Jokic went cold. The Bucks game, free throw discrepancy went against them, 28-11. He said, they aren't too stressed about this one. And part of me was like, let's just all have fun.
I know.
It's as long as we have fun, guys.
Why be
That's all that
stressed?
matters. Like, why be stressed? You know, it's not late in the season. It's not a chance to get a marquee win. So part of me was really put off by that. But, then they do have a totally different temperament against the Pistons.
Yeah.
They did come out in that game looking determined and looking aggressive and looking like they were going to win that game from the jump. So I'm with you. Maybe the tide has turned, but I still don't know what we're going to get.
Well,
from
I
this
mean,
team.
like, listen,
I don't know.
You would be foolish to say with certainty that the Nuggets are going to show up. I mean,
Yeah.
they've shown no reason to buy in wholeheartedly, but they are good, I think.
Maybe.
I think they've shown signs of being good. Sometimes they're good, and then other
That is
times,
true.
And I just feel like in totality, I think maybe they're good. I don't know. We'll find out.
Did you mention this quote from Katie about Malone? He said,
No.
because it's an early game, the Nuggets are, quote, trying something a little different today.
Yeah. Like what? They're
What could that mean?
they're bouncing basketballs early on.
We're playing with our socks inside out today.
I don't know, but you know what? I'm all for trying something different.
This is the
'cause
new secret adjustment just dropped.
The matinee
Maybe
games
they
have
had
not
McDonald's
been.
breakfast.
I mean, this is
We're Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Ah, let's go, dude. Boston creams.
even before you get to the Boston part. East Coast matinees start.
Yeah.
The end. Nearing the end of a road trip, it's like, well, yeah, that's not going to go well. So
Yeah.
they got to
We're
be
gonna
locked
win.
in. I do think it's true that the Bucks game did mostly come down to missed good looks. Like it
Totally.
really did. And Porter saying that and then immediately going 6 for 7 the next night really proved it, right? Like there
Make a
was
mixed league.
he has his own confusion and struggles with packed physical defenses, but the truth was there were a lot of open threes that he just missed. So that was part of it, but they need these wins. They need more of these wins. And the fan base maybe needs it more than the team, who seems to believe they have it. The fan base, I think, really needs to see one of these wins drop before they can just fully get behind.
New
I
win
think.
just dropped.
I would be very alarmed if the Nuggets thought they had it right now.
I think, to be honest, I think they do.
That's
I think that's just
wild.
the way that this team. If
I like
Jamal and Jokic, I bet think like, yeah, when the playoff starts, we'll be
Well,
competitive.
they probably thought that way last year too.
and they were, and then they lost, and it wasn't good enough.
Glumtown over here.
But
Jesus.
I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, whether they're right or wrong, I do think that's how the team thinks. Like,
Yep.
we're a contender when it matters. The fan base sure could use one of these wins, and I hope the team feels the same way because go a long way.
For me, I think the Nuggets win this game if Jokic really wants to win this game early. And by that, I mean, if Nikola Jokic comes out, has a great first quarter,
Yeah.
sets the tone, and he has a great game today,
Yep.
the Nuggets can win.
Easy.
If Nikola Jokic has a, monster signature Nikola Jokic game, the Nuggets are going to be in this game, I think, and then that means they can win it late. That's really what it comes down. That is the first thing that has to happen today, I believe.
Maybe that's the alter, the change. They look at the game where Michael Porter Jr. got to shoot the ball every single time, and they said, how about we do that with our best
With
player?
Jokic, yeah.
How about we do that with Jokic, where he shoots the ball every single time, and we
Yeah,
see how
what if
how
Jokic
they
came to them
adjust
pregame
that.
and was like, guys, I'm going to shoot it every day, every time.
Every single
Every
time. give
possession,
it
I'm
to
shooting
me.
it today.
Oh,
Walked out of
man.
the room.
100 points today.
Malone goes, we're trying something a little different today.
That would be incredible. How much do you think he would finish with?
100.
85.
That would be insane.
All right, let's move on here. Guys, we're not on the doorstep of the playoffs, but we're getting closer, and it
We're
feels
on the
like
doorstep of the doorstep.
the playoff rotation might be coming into focus a little bit more here. And I've been thinking about it myself. Who would be in the Nuggets playoff rotation if the playoffs began today? And yes, I know matchups can matter here, absolutely. But I'll just start with this. I think Zeke Nnaji is absolutely in the playoff rotation if the playoffs started today.
Strong agree, because if you go, Dev, if you say Aaron Gordon's the backup 5, isn't the issue that Zeke just needs to be a 4 alongside a competent player at 5?
He definitely does.
Yeah, you definitely need the size. And I think this is a funny question because we have to ask it multiple times throughout the year. But that goes to show how much shuffling there's been and how guys have been good at some times and down at some times. Zeke Nnaji is the change here. And then also you have to question if Julian Strother is a playoff rotation type of player. So like maybe that's the switch. I do think that both of them are in your playoff rotation if we were to stop it right now. But you do want to see more from both. One is Zeke Nnaji just playing more minutes, which we're seeing. And when he plays minutes, he plays well right now. He's looking like a completely different player. He's been great. Julian Strawther, they've been giving him a ton of minutes. He hasn't been putting up or playing well to the capacity of playing in the playoff rotation. So you want to just see more of it, but I do think that they're both in a playoff rotation. Those are the two. And then for you, is it Peyton Watson?
Well, I think we got to mention Russell Westbrook here. I mean, is he not a lock for your playoff rotation?
He's a starter. He
He's
is
a lock.
starting.
Well,
right
I'm
now.
saying the default starting line. I think this is disregarding health. Like, everybody's healthy. So Aaron Gordon's starting. Christian Brown's starting. Russell Westbrook is
1,000% in your playoff rotation.
Lock it in.
Not even just only for me. Like, Michael Malone believes that he's been playing the entire time. He has no DMPs. Like, he's playing the entire time. So, yeah, of course he's in your starting rotation. It's just who do you put alongside him? How much does he play? Is he playing with the starters, or if he's going to lead the bench unit? Like, you have to see which type of Russell Westbrook you're getting when it comes to that playoff rotation.
Where do you fall on Strawther right now?
I think he's out.
Really?
You can't, man. Listen, like Zeke's in and P. Watt is in because the playoffs are all about half court defense, man. Like, it's just like you need defense in the playoffs. We know where our offense can come from, and you can't put a guy in that just like is a literal target. It just can't happen. It just falls apart. Everything else that you have in place just falls apart if there's a guy that you just switch onto the guy with the ball every time and they just either gets a foul or blows past. I mean, I'm not putting it past the idea that he can make it into a game. I think the idea of being in the rotation doesn't have to be as set in stone. Like, there could be times where it's like, man, we need some shooting. Like, get out there, Zeke, or Julian. Like, but at this moment, like, the reason that Zeke looks playable and Julian doesn't is because it's playoff style that they are exhibiting. And Zeke just being, it's not that he's like shooting hot and we're like, oh man, that's going to be great. It's just like he is playing stout, switchable, like smart defense, which is exactly what the playoffs call for. But I don't know. Julian's not. I don't know. At this exact moment in time, I'm saying no, out.
It would be weird because I'm with you. I have the same concerns about Julian, and I have less of those concerns about Zeke. But it would be a little weird for Julian Strawther to play the whole season in this role, and then all of a sudden he's just out.
I know, but now that it's like,
but maybe we trend towards that. I don't know.
As we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs, and games are starting to look a little bit more like playoff intensity, he's looking his worst.
I think Julian will get a look, but I think he'll have the quickest hook of anyone.
I think so. That's what I mean.
I think it's like, those 3 minutes went a certain way. He's out. He's not
playing the second half.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't get branded as part of the rotation or not. It's like we're gonna see. Like, please,
right. And I think it can change series to series. That's what a lot of people forget a lot. A series in the first round, maybe it doesn't have Julian Strawther. In the second round, he plays a way bigger role. We've seen that in the past with this team.
Christian Brown was kind of struggling to get on the floor in the Lakers series.
Right.
Remember that? And then he's on the
championship year. Yeah.
The championship year. Then he's on the finals MVP ladder against the Heat.
I know, yeah.
So, yeah, matchups for your younger guys on the fringe could dictate.
Yeah. Westbrook, I mean, he's definitely going to be in there until he makes it, unless he plays himself out of it during the playoffs.
I'm not ready for this.
He's in there.
Is it too early to have this
I'm
discussion?
not built for this.
Okay, how about this one? Celtics or Cavs? I'm looking ahead even further here.
Holy smokes, dude.
To a potential finals matchup. Who do you think's the better matchup for the Nuggets? The easier matchup for the Nuggets in the finals?
Man.
The Boston Celtics, who the Nuggets have played very well throughout the regular season over the last couple of years, or the Cavs, who have proven to be a much tougher regular season matchup.
I think just matchup-wise, the dynamics of a matchup, I would argue it's Cleveland. But I'm not convinced that Cleveland's better than Boston. Does that make sense? When the playoffs start?
Yeah, playoffs means a lot.
I mean, Cleveland has the best record in the league to this point. They've earned it. They've earned the benefit of the doubt. I have my questions about how their very best punch looks against Boston's in the playoffs. But just as of right now, any given game, just the way the matchup plays out, I think Cleveland has maybe the best kind of blueprint right now for stymieing Denver.
Is it a blueprint or is it just
two bigs?
They just have guys that the Nuggets can't guard. their personnel.
And the other side, I think they've got like a strong physical wing or two they can throw at you defensively, and then two bigs, which we know for Jokic it's got to be a 2-man job down there. So I think Cleveland just being as big as they are is the tougher matchup.
Yeah,
Definitely.
For me, Boston is just the better team in every single way. Like, that's a team I do not want to see. They're the defending champions, and they're the defending champions for a reason. It's not like there's just injuries that they had to go through to prove that they're the best team. Even if you go off of their last game, they were up by like 20 plus against the Cavs team that are so good. Boston can beat anybody, and they're without their.
Lost that game.
They're missing their starting center.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not going to be able to do that in a playoff series. And Cavs are good right now in the regular season, but they haven't proved it when it matters. And I think that counts. Like, there's playoff experience. There's having a group that is pretty much cheating. Like, they have a lot of guys that should not be on the same team. Like, they're good. They're damn good. And I don't think the regular season proves that. I think that they're the favorites to win it all for a reason. I would not want to play them.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really want to play either, but to me, this is what I've been on this since last year. I really feel like the Denver Nuggets have what it takes to crack what the Boston Celtics have put together. Just like putting pressure on them by being able to take advantage of them in the paint and then putting more pressure. Like, they shoot a bunch of threes. They make a bunch of threes. That's their recipe for success. But I really feel like if you make those threes more and more pressure filled, they're going to start missing them when it matters. And the Nuggets, and Cleveland just has that thing that you can bracket Nikola Jokic. You got to make the rest of the team beat you, which you don't love for the Nuggets. But we're beating both of them. Who cares? It's the East.
I will say
we're fine in the East.
We're fine in the East. We don't care.
I'd love to play either one.
Yeah, I would
get
too.
to the finals.
Yeah, get to the
I
finals.
would too. Our prime
winning
picks
today.
are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets.
Cook up, Dev. Cook up.
What do we got, Dev?
Dude, Dev's facing big pressure today after somebody else came in and mopped the floor with the picks last time. I'm just
I
saying.
know. If you haven't been tuning into the show, D-Line coming off a perfect 3 for 3 clean sweep.
I'm just saying.
on
I'm
his
just saying the
pregame
pressure's on. That's
Now,
all.
there was some controversy. You did pick a
He was a
Detroit
former
Pistons
Nugget.
prop.
He was a former Nugget.
No, there shouldn't be rules. It's Bet 365.
You're right,
It's not
there shouldn't be
Bet
rules.
Nuggets.
Okay.
Like, you should be able to make money for people that
Right,
are watching. So
which is what I did, yeah.
I appreciate that, and I love that you were able to like keep that.
Dev's taking all Celtics.
order.
Yeah, really.
Now it's time to get busy.
Oh no.
The Nuggets come into this game as 5-point underdogs.
Who cares?
This one started out at +3.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
the news came in of Aaron Gordon not playing and Jaylen Brown playing. So
Interesting.
that altered it to a +5. A lot of these lines have altered from when we first looked at this because we have to prepare for the show. So if they're off by a little bit, we could alter and go with it. I'm going to go with under. Oh, I'm not touching that +5 or minus. I just have not seen the Nuggets show up in these matinee games.
Until now.
1 and 2 against the really good teams. I really just want them to prove it. It's been a long time.
I'll tell
so
you
I'm not
this.
going to touch that.
Can I just say really quickly? I saw some like Cavs people on the timeline. They were like,
There are Cavs people?
oh, sorry, Celtics people on the timeline. And they were like, oh, Drew and KCP are out. This sucks. They were like nervous about it.
Ooh.
They've
lost 2 in a row. I'd be nervous too.
yeah, good.
You want them to look healthy. This would be. I mean, they're missing very good players, very good defenders too. I'm still not going to touch it. Would you say that they're going to win this game?
Yes.
So you might as well get a +5 in if you're going to. You might as well get some insurance.
I don't like you putting me on the spot like this. I don't
just
appreciate
saying,
it.
You stopped
That's
me
the whole
to
point
talk
of
about
the.
it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
That's
with
a fair point, but it doesn't matter, dude.
I'm going to go with the under 233. I just feel like this is going to be a playoff-like game. It's going to be a lot slowed down. And also, when you don't have Drew Holiday, when you don't have Porzingis, you know who's shooting the ball every single time. You got to slow down Tatum. I know it's easier said than done. You got to slow down Jaylen Brown.
Face of the
They're
league,
going to
Tatum.
take a lot of their shots. They're going to shoot it. So try to slow them down, and you'll be able to get the under. I think this is an under type of game. For the Celtics side of things, let's start with Tatum. But not with your typical 30 ball, which I know he's going to do. I'm going to go with over 15.5 rebounds plus assists. I think he gets a little bit of everything done. He's been rebounding really well lately. If he passes, it's to Jaylen Brown, and it's on easy, like 2-on-1 type of baskets, so the assists are pretty easy for him to get. I'll go with both. I'll also go with Derek White over 4.5 assists. Don't expect him to score every single time. He's going against Denver. He's the hometown kid, as we all know, and he also plays well against everybody, but especially Denver. I think that he takes care of business with rebounding, assists, steals, all of the dirty work. That's what Derek White does. Is he their best player, you would say? Vogt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, see.
a
For
lot of
Denver
people
side
would
of
say.
things, I'm not going with the Michael Porter Jr. three-pointers. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be that. So with our three-point bet, let's start with Christian Brown to make one single three-pointer.
Holy smokes.
One single
He
three-pointer.
did this last time. He made 2.
Exactly. All you got to do is knock down one, and then we're going to cash. We're going to be celebrating. We're going to be on the watch-along.
Can we run through these quick, Dev, so we can set up for the watch along?
Of course. Let's stick there with Christian Brown over 20.5 points plus rebounds. I said I'm not going to go with Michael Porter Jr. on the three-pointers, but I will go with him on the rebounding. He's been boarding extremely well as of late. He's a rebounding machine, over 7.5 rebounds.
Dang, that's so many.
He'll get it.
All right.
I like Jamal Murray over 5.5 assists. I also like Jamal Murray over 26.5 points plus assists.
Whoa.
I think that he scores today.
I like
think
that.
that he dishes the ball off. He
No,
can
true.
get this in only points, so I'm going to get a little bit of both. I like Russell Westbrook. We got this earlier at a line of 8.5 rebounds plus assists. It's all the way up to 12 because he's now a starter. I'm going to go with both. I already got the 8.5. I'm going to go with the plus 12 as well, rebounds and assists. Our defensive bet is Christian Brown over 1.5 rebounds. 1.5 stocks, so blocks plus steals. And for our lock, we're going to go with Joker. Jokic over 26.5 points. This is easy.
Oh, that is easy. That's below his season average.
It's
pretty
below
Do
it.
you know who's starting? I forgot to. It's Al Horford and Luke Cornett. So
much. Barbecue
Oh
chicken.
my God, barbecue chicken.
yeah.
They give them different looks. They give them different bodies. They don't like to double team a lot. Jokic
Yeah.
is going to destroy that.
It
He's
is-
going
it
to
is a
score
lot of
over
length, though.
26.5 points. Let's just go there. Bucket after bucket.
All right, appreciate it, Dev. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Super chats. Mr. Exquisite Nugget, no laking ball. We taking the dub. 114-108 vote. And Christoph, you guys complaining about game at 11 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. to catch your podcast after games on a regular basis.
That's crazy.
Give me Pickett versus Pritchard.
Hey, we
That's a good
appreciate
point. We
that.
should not be complaining.
appreciate that.
We
You're
should
right.
absolutely. I don't care if other people can have problems. I have problems, and this is my problem.
All right, guys, tune into the watch along. We'll be live in minutes for Nuggets Celtics. Talk to you then. Adam's here.
We all silly like the mayor.